Welcome to Under SF Community First. My name is Christina Lander.
And I'm Connor Norris.
Last week on Under SF, we spent the whole afternoon clowning around with the folks over at the San Francisco Bay Circus Center.
We learned about the organization filled with clowns, acrobats, and contortionists that teach local kids incredible skills.
And today we will be with our loyal friends from San Francisco's own Family Dog Rescue.
Christina, did you know that I am a huge animal lover? I actually have 7 pets at home. I have two pets in the studio here somewhere. So this episode is very close to my heart.
Well, I have a couple dogs of my own, but I would have brought them, but I'm pretty sure they were going to pee all over, including this carpet.
Oh, yeah, we don't want that.
No, we don't.
San Francisco has been a haven for dog lovers for a very long time.
This year, city officials unanimously voted to ban pet stores from selling any non-rescue cats or dogs.
No matter where in the world you get your pet, adopting one can change both your life and theirs.
Family Dog Rescue believes that dogs of all breeds, ages, and abilities deserve to find the right home.
In fact, their mission statement is dog plus human equals family.
So we can learn more about the importance of this statement. We'll speak with Kay Hoskins, an extremely active member of the rescue community.
And then later we'll have a few pawsome friends here, one of these being the Pooch Coach of San Francisco, Beverly Ulbrich.
And of course, we'll have dogs here in the studio.
Here, come here, Lou, come on. I think there's one coming. Oh, here she is. There you go.
Good job. Speaking of pups, Connor, you got the chance to take your dog to a Family Dog Rescue event.
Yeah, my dog Lou and I went to an Easter egg fundraiser to get an idea of what goes into the dog of dog plus human equals family. Let's check it out.
Every dog deserves a human, and every human deserves a dog. What do you look for when choosing a best friend? Maybe support, someone to lean on, even someone to pick you up when you're feeling down. All shapes, abilities, sizes, and personalities, dogs are a great addition to any family. You wouldn't shop for a new family member, you'd adopt them. Treat your next dog how you treat a sister, brother, son, or daughter. Oh, and with your dog, welcome to a lifetime of happiness. So what are you waiting for? Go out, explore, and find your new best friend. Whether you choose to volunteer, foster, adopt, or even just play with them, dogs have the power to change your life. So are you ready to join the family? Are you ready for that lifetime of happiness? Remember, adopt, don't shop. Dogs, the best addition to any family.
Those dogs were absolutely adorable.
They were very adorable. My favorite dog is the two that were in the Easter Bunny costume. I don't know if you saw that.
Mine was the wiener dogs dressed as chickens.
Oh yeah, definitely the wiener
adorable.
chicken dog.
Yeah.
Things.
Connor, but I don't know if you've heard, there are more dogs living in San Francisco than kids under the age of 18.
Oh, really? That's interesting. That explains why I've seen so many dogs, including some of my own, in the studio today.
Not only do we have dogs in the studio, but we have inspiring people as well.
After we come back from the break, we will sit down with Kay Hoskins, who has been involved with the dog rescue community since 2005.
And later, we have a special treat for you. But first, I seriously need to work on my tennis ball skills. So, okay. Connor, go on.
Okay. Oh, well,
got it? Okay.
Hopefully we'll be back soon if Christina doesn't kill me with this.
I'll try not to.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to Understaffed Community First. We are here with today Kay Hoskins, an extremely active member involved with Family Dog Rescue. And welcome to the show, Kay. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I got involved with rescue in 2005, and since then I fostered over 200 dogs. I kind of lost count. I had a spreadsheet and I was keeping track, but I just lost count.
And who do we have here with us?
This is my dog, Georgie Girl, who is a good example of black dog syndrome.
Okay.
And this is Victoria, who is with Family Dog Rescue up for adoption. And you were talking about how they take special needs dogs, so she's a good ambassador for their special needs dogs program.
Definitely. And so how involved have you been in the rescue community? You said you have fostered over 200 dogs. What is that like?
You know, people think it's so hard, and for me, it was a little hard in the beginning, but you just kind of get into a flow and you save a dog, you bring them into your home, you love them, you let them go, and then the next day you go out and get a new foster.
Yeah.
And you're directly saving lives doing that. So
And how long do you usually have a dog when you foster? Does it depend?
Anytime from a week to sometimes months.
Yeah.
This is how long it takes. Yeah. I always wait, I always foster as long as it takes till they get adopted.
And what got you into fostering?
I went through a divorce and I really wanted to adopt my own dog, and I ended up going home with 2 fosters, kept them, and then I just got really sucked into fostering from them.
Yeah. Has there ever been a dog that you fostered and then you're like, I have to adopt this dog?
Sometimes, but I have to tell myself no, because then I won't be able to keep fostering.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to keep saving lives, and it's very, very important to keep saving lives. All Victoria.
It'll be like nonstop if you did that to every dog that you felt that way,
would be
right?
a
Yeah. Well, we actually were able to meet some of the people behind Family Dog Rescue. So let's take a look. Let's see how owner Angela Padilla makes a difference in the lives of dogs, humans, and families.
Dogs mean unconditional love and friendship and support and fun and family. My name is Angela Padilla, and I'm the founder of Family Dog Rescue. We save 800 dogs a year from high-kill shelters around California and place them in great homes. And we like to specialize in dogs that have had histories of abuse or neglect or illness. And we love saving dogs with disabilities, dogs that are born deaf or blind or missing a leg. In my early 30s, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was really, really scared that I was going to die. I had just adopted my first child, and she was only 6 months old when I was diagnosed. And I ended up spending a lot of time volunteering in the city shelter with dogs, and I found that the dogs were really accepting of me and very optimistic and very non-judgmental, and I decided to return the favor to all the shelter dogs who had helped me during my battle with cancer by starting a new dog rescue group. But more importantly, we want to address the root causes of so much homelessness among dogs in California. We want to sponsor free community spay-neuter clinics in the communities where we pull our dogs from. And we want to do more and more education around humane care and treatment of dogs. We really believe that each dog can be adoptable. I love it when people learn for the first time the true love of a dog.
Those dogs were really cute. That was kind of like my dream come true, seeing all those dogs in one place. So I wanted to ask you, what is your relationship? Oh, here you go, Victoria. You're good? Okay. What is your relationship with Angela?
I met Angela around the same time I started doing rescue, 2005. So I've fostered for Family Dog on and off, and then also there's another group called Muttville Senior Dog Rescue for that whole time. So I've consistently fostered for dogs for Family Dog. I've had a couple of special needs dogs over the years from them too.
And can you tell us your opinion on the whole dog plus human equals family concept, which I really like that. I haven't heard that before, and it's like, it makes sense to me. I have two
I know.
dogs.
It makes sense to me because my family wouldn't be a family if I didn't have dogs.
Yeah.
Like, my life wouldn't be as complete. So it's like a complete equation, I guess, is what they're trying to say.
Exactly. They're like your kids, basically.
Yeah.
And what dogs, you mentioned black dog syndrome earlier.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about that?
So there's many, many reasons black dogs get overlooked, but the main one is photography. They just don't photograph well, so they don't really show well. So if you go in Pet Finder and there's a bunch of photos of dogs, the black dogs don't show up. So that's why my friend Jen years ago started LuLu Rescue, which is under Family Dog Rescue. So we would bring the dogs in. I'd see the photo. I wouldn't even know what they look like. They'd come to my house, and these were really adorable dogs.
Yeah, I bet.
And sometimes, and people are afraid of black dogs too. And there's the superstition about black cats.
Yes,
You've probably heard
which
about that.
everyone
So
has
it's
heard of.
both black dog, black cat, yeah.
Well, now that we've spoken a lot about the dog and the human, but it's about that time we focus on family, right? So since the family element of Family Dog Rescue is so important, we made sure to highlight the incredible Ina Dang, who has fostered over 100 dogs for us. So check it out.
I'm Ina Dang, and I'm one of the fosters at Family Dog Rescue. I'm a puppy specialist, so a lot of puppies have gone in and out of this house, and over the years I've become a really good friend with Angela, the founder. Angela and I connected and we started talking, and I just fell in love with her in 3 minutes. Just her energy, her spirit, how much she really cared about all of these dogs. Fast forward 6 years later, and Angela and I are actually going into business together. And we are going to start a doggy daycare hotel and use it as a resource to actually help Family Dog. I've actually adopted 3 dogs from Family Dog and had to be cut off. And I mean, I probably would have adopted more, but I think I have to stop there and get my fix at the shelter and at our soon-to-be dog hotel. I fostered way over 100. I can remember each and every one, and we've tried to stay in touch with at least half of them. For me, it's really important that dog plus human equals family, because that's what it's all about. You know, when my journey to find the perfect rescue to get my dogs from, I came across a lot that I felt were only about the dog and didn't want to hear anything about the humans, or only about the humans and then these dogs weren't completely happy. But in Family Dog, I think what's recognized is that there is a synergy between dogs and humans, and we are here to enhance each other's lives. It's the most rewarding experience I've had. I'd say they rescued me more than I rescued them.
Now, Kay, have you found any similarities between your experience fostering and Ina's?
Yeah, that last line that she said, because when I started fostering, I had just gone through a divorce, and it was something that really, really helped me emotionally.
And
very true.
I mean, I can imagine myself fostering a bunch of dogs if I could, but I mean, I get it. You see these little dogs and no one wants them at the time, and you want to give them a home, and it makes sense. And I get that you want to adopt all of them, because that would be the same way. Can you please tell us what other people gain from being a part of the rescue community?
I've made a lot of friends. Like, some of my closest friends I've made through doing dog rescue.
Yeah.
And some people that I don't even know that well. Maybe I've met them, maybe I haven't. I'm just Facebook friends with them. I have a connection with those people, and I feel like we care very deeply for each other. So it's a very, very caring community.
And what's the most memorable experience you've had fostering?
One memorable experience?
She's like, it better be me, fostering me.
Being on camera with Victoria right now is pretty memorable.
Yeah.
I mean, she is an amazing dog, by the way. And she's my most recent save. She was down in Bakersfield area and she was injured, and they called Family Dog and asked if they could take her, and Angela said yes. So she's pretty memorable.
And why should other people foster?
Because you directly save lives.
Yeah.
It's very direct. If you want to feel like a direct impact in something you're volunteering, fostering is that.
And is it easy to foster? How can people get involved?
It's pretty easy. I mean, you go to Family Dog and fill out the application and then talk to them, and then go in and meet some of the different dogs, and then you can figure out which is a good fit. And
Is there like some qualifications that you have to have, obviously,
well,
right?
you have to be allowed to have a dog at your place, which is hard in the city sometimes. But not really. I mean, you have to be committed and caring and responsible. And just be willing to spend the time and give a lot of love. The rescue,
So is it not as
else.
because I know like some places when you're trying to adopt a dog, you have to like go through that. Sometimes they'll go to your home and see your home is. Is it that intense for fostering?
No, because you're not adopting, so it's a little different. Yeah.
Okay. And is it hard giving the dogs back?
Yes, I cry every time.
Really?
Yes.
Aw.
I get really emotional. I'm a very emotional person. But the next day or soon after, I go and take another one and save another life. So, and that helps me heal.
And do you meet the new owners?
I actually stay in touch with a lot of people who've adopted dogs from me. Yeah, I'm actually really good friends with another person who adopted a wheelchair dog from me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great, because then you can still see pictures of them and whatnot. It's not saying goodbye,
Yes. Oh, I know, it's never a goodbye.
Never a goodbye. Well, Kay, thank you so much for coming out to UnderSF. We are really grateful to have you here.
Thank you.
And Victoria and
Victoria
Georgie.
is very happy.
Victoria's so cute. Oh my God. Okay, so when we get back, the Pooch Coach, Beverly Ulbrich, is here. Oh, and there's some more dogs on the way, so don't go anywhere.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on a sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
Welcome back to UnderSF Community First. I am joined here by San Francisco's very own Beverly Ulbrich, also known as the Pooch Coach. You have probably seen her on Mythbusters and Animal Planet, as well as being featured on her for her dog expertise on many different TV news segments. Welcome to UnderSF, Beverly. It's very good to have you here. So can you talk to me a little bit about what we're going to do with my dog Matilda? I don't know if you guys noticed this today, what kind of things we're going to look for.
Yeah, what I wanted to do is show people a little bit about what to do if you are trying to pick out a dog, what to look for, and some things we kind of do as temperament evals to kind of make sure the dog is safe. That said, to be clear, if a dog's out of a shelter or out of if you mind, I drive.
Oh, yeah. Please.
If they're out of a shelter or out of especially a rescue, they've already had some kind of temperament eval, so we pretty much know they're pretty safe dogs. There's probably nothing too wrong. They're not going to be very aggressive or any problems like that. So that's a good news. But what I like now, I first of all, you want to get up and show that you can do something? Come here. Good girl.
Oh, man.
And now, ready?
Here we go.
And then we're going to sit. There we go. So I like checking right away. Does the dog know how to sit? Did somebody actually train them at all? The other thing is even being on a leash. Have they been on a leash before? One of the things, if you do try to take the dog for a walk and you realize, let's say you're a little person, you have a big dog, and they're pulling you down the street, that might not be a good match. Not that you can't train eventually, but it's still, you want to make sure that you feel the energy of the dog is good, the personality is good, and that you feel that you can handle them.
She's had a long day.
She's had a long day, yes. But what I look for here too is, can you touch the dog everywhere? Can I touch her ears, go over her back? Especially if you have kids, pulling the tail. I like also touching the paws, making sure that's good. I know you're getting annoyed.
Good.
Okay, here you go. Here's your cookie. I paid you. So just making sure that they're easily handled and you feel comfortable handling them, and they're acting well to you, and making sure you feel safe with them and all that. That's really what's important. You want to have that connection.
Yeah, you brought up a really good point, which I haven't heard before, where the dogs in shelters have been handled before and they have been kind of vetted previously, whereas when you get a dog from a breeder, you don't really know what's going to happen. You're looking for the breed, but that temperament might be different from dog to dog. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, what I like to say is a breed is really like a nationality for people. They might look alike, but obviously there's lots of different personalities. So you're not going to know what kind of personality you're really going to get out of your dog. And especially if you order one online, a dog online, you could be getting a puppy mill, which is horrible, but you certainly are getting a dog sight unseen. I mean, the picture at most is what you're going to get. It's like a mail order bride, so it's not really going to do it. I'd rather date, meet the dog, maybe you take it home, have a trial living, see how it works out first before you get married.
So why do you think, given all of that, why do you think people prefer breeders or go to breeders first rather than shelters? Because to me, why would you go to a breeder? You would just go to a shelter because there's so many awesome options.
Well, some people think they do want a specific breed, especially for, another thing is even they might be hypoallergenic, need a dog that doesn't shed, things like that. Yeah. So it could be they might be a little more picky there. But and then the other thing is there's a misconception again that you're going to get a better dog. And I find the least healthy dogs and some of the most troubled dogs are from breeders. Because if they misbreed or overbreed or inbreed and all the other things they can do, you can get a pretty bad behaved dog and an unhealthy dog. And I find that these dogs end up being more sturdy in the end anyway, but it's a misconception that because you're paying for it, it's going to be better.
And you were saying, I think we talked about this earlier, but you were saying that the dogs in shelters that are not friendly aren't going to be up for adoption, right?
Yeah, most likely a dog in a shelter has gone through enough temperament eval to know that there's nothing really wrong with them. They're at least friendly to people. They might be a little dog reactive or not like cats or not like kids as much, but that's all stuff that they get to find out, especially if you've had go through family dog rescue. They've been in a foster home. They can tell you these things, that the dog doesn't like cats or loves kids or whatever, so you can see if they'll fit well in your environment.
That makes perfect sense. So, what are the things I can do or someone could do when they first bring a dog home to make them feel comfortable?
Well, the first thing I always say is make sure you're introducing the dog to the house. Bring them on a leash and kind of slowly introduce them to each room and let them feel safe. And then other than that, the main thing I always talk about with dogs is just exercise them. If they've been, especially if they've been in a shelter for a while, then that means they've been in a cage and haven't been walked maybe once a day by volunteers. So to really get them out, let them run around, let them get their body loose again and feeling comfortable, that's going to be the most important thing.
That makes perfect sense. Is there Matilda, that's not very picturesque. So is there any basic training skills I should know off the bat? The easiest thing I can teach my dog? She sat, which I think she probably just did out of laziness more than training. But do you have any beginners tips even?
Yeah, the two most important tips are walking on a leash. You want to make sure your dog walks comfortably on a leash and doesn't try to choke themselves or pull your back out. And then the other thing is sit is obviously a really good command. The commands that I say are the most important are sit, come, stay, and off. If you have those 4 commands, then everything else is icing on the cake.
I got half of one, I think, with the sit. That's the position I'm in. So what are you talk a little bit about pulling, which is something Matilda still does 5 years now. Is there something I don't want to get into like a lesson right now, but what can I do to stop her?
Yeah, I mean, unless you can do some training and stuff, but the thing that you want to do is even get some equipment that's going to help you. Like what I like for dogs this size, especially, little dogs too, but these dogs especially are good to have a front hook harness, because when the harness is on the front, they lose their traction a little with their front legs and can't pull as much, and they kind of go sideways. They don't get injured. They don't, it just kind of feels weird, so they can't, and they can't get the leverage, so you can control them better without damaging them or hurting their necks or marking their body like the gentle leaders can.
We were talking earlier because I use a gentle leader on Matilda because when she's leashed like this, just attached to her collar, she basically drags you around, like a 90-pound dog. But a gentle leader is like attaches to their nose and then they can't really walk around. But I'm gonna have to check out one of the harnesses. It's hard to find stuff that fits her a lot of the time. We tried to get a raincoat, but we went through several different raincoats before we found one that complemented Matilda.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I learned a ton. It was great having you here. I really appreciate you coming out. You have way more experience than probably any of us here with dogs and with television. Where can I find more about you?
PoochCoach.com.
PoochCoach.com. It's even on her shirt, if you can see that. Thank you again so much. Don't go away, you guys, because we have a huge surprise for you, for Family Dog Rescue, and for you that you will not want to miss.
And I can't change, even if I try.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Welcome back. Today has been so amazing, and we are excited to announce that we are donating all of the toys that you see here to the FDR. And I'm also super excited to announce that we have found a much fluffier co-host. Welcome to Under SF, Callie. Isn't she cute? She's really, really cute. Well, we've had a lot of fun here today, and we want to give a special thank you to the humans, Kay Hoskins, the Pooch Coach, Beverly Ulbrich, Ina Dang, and Angela Padilla.
Hey. What is going on here? Who is this?
I replaced you with someone 10 times better.
Yeah, this is much better. I guess it wouldn't hurt to have a dog host. We'd also like to thank the dogs Victoria, Georgie, Matilda, LuLu, and Callie.
And last but not least, we would like to thank our family, the crew here in Studio One.
Now, unfortunately, Callie here might not be up for adoption, but there are some adorable and caring dogs you'll just fall in love with, like we did, from Family Dog Rescue.
And if you're not ready to adopt just yet, Family Dog Rescue is always looking for volunteers, donations, and foster homes.
Make sure to go to Family Dog Rescue's website and fill out an application to meet these amazing pups. It's that easy.
And last but not least, be sure to tune in next week because, you guys, it's our last episode.
And in honor of our last episode, we are going to be celebrating with real options for city kids. You don't want to miss that.
Until next time, I'm Christina Lander.
I'm Connor Norris.
Oh, and this is Callie.
Thanks for joining us here at Under SF Community First.